course we believe in the holy war, but not in the unholy war. A war waged in the name of holiness, which sheds blood of people just for the sake of converting their views, is the most unholy war one can conceive and the most stupid thing that can happen to man. It is that against which Hadhrat Mirza Tahir waged a holy war, like Jesus did to his own suffering. So this is one of the examples, but as I said, the time is running out, and we have other questions to answer, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hazar, thank you. Thank you. I'm forced here by my student today. I'm a teacher of religious education in a local school, and some of you...
Where?
Rains Park. Rains Park. We are put in the position of teaching to GCSE Islam with many other religions. I learned to cope quite well when I had some Sunni and some Shia. And then last year I was blessed with 4 Amdiyat boys. And I find that when I try to approach ethics, to go back to what authority becomes a problem for them. Obviously we can go back to the Holy Quran and the Hadith. Is there any way in which there is any other written authority or other persons to whom they go back to work out ethical problems?
You see, the ethical problems have the same common cause all over the world in every society. That is the lack of faith in God and also the lack of faith in accountability. If you sink deeper into the causes which are creating greater distrust in the British society itself and the rise of crime, I assure you that no measures on the part of legislators or the police force can tackle this problem unless it is referred to the roots where it draws its blood from. And that problem, that root cause is the atheism, disbelief in God or a hollow belief in God, and lack of belief in answerability. Unfortunately, the British educational attitude is further abetting the problem by creating 2 different yardsticks for the growing up children, particularly of the teenage. When they grow to the close age of maturity, they are told that, look here, your parents, when they speak to you in the name of God or religion or ethical values, this and that, you are not bound to listen to them. You're coming of age. You're free. If they overmuch rub in this rubbish into your minds, try to rub in, go to the social departments and seek your right of living, having a separate living from your parents. Now they very powerfully abet the tendencies which result in crime. That is running away from the religious ethical values. And what a paradox they themselves create. When they come of age, they are also told, look here, now, you are not free from the hands of law. As far as the man-made law is concerned, enough forgiveness has been extended to you while you were children. No more. Now you will be answerable to law. Now, previously they were told that you are not answerable even to God, even to the ethical values in which your parents believe. Now suddenly they are told that you are answerable to the man-made law, and with your coming of age you become more vulnerable as far as the punishment goes. This is the contradiction in which we are living and which we are creating ourselves to further add to the problems which are already so many. Now those who do not believe in an answerability after death, I assure you, they will always grow away from their belief in answerability to here on this earth. So the more atheism is abetted and created by the society, more problems are nurtured by the same society for themselves. This is the essence of the problem as I see it, and I think there is no other way to resolve it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum from?
Marat,
Huh?
Middle East.
Right.
Jazakumullah khair. Actually, a question came to my mind when yesterday with one of my friends. And what happened is, more or less in every butcher in Ilford, or halal butcher of course, or restaurant, they've got these posters that says, "Watch out from Ahmadi."
Huh?
Watch out from Ahmadi.
Yes, yes.
And plus a friend of mine as well that told me they're kafirs. I would like to know why exactly they call them kafirs.
I'll explain.
Yeah, Jazakumullah.
You know, before this happened, we know there is a long history of people buying indiscriminately their meat from Christian shops, the shops of the non-believers, etc., even buying pork. No such warning notes ever appeared. Beware of the non-Muslim butcher shops. Did you ever find such? Suddenly, when the Ahmadis, who believe in God, who believe in Islam, who believe in the way of slaughter, exactly as it is done in Islam, there are some Ahmadi butchers who become popular because of their honesty, because of their handling fairly with their customers and taking care of their interests. As these shops become more and more popular, there grows more awareness of economical requirement for turning away people from those Ahmadi shops. So that is why particularly on the shops of butchers you find these warning notes. Beware of Ahmadis. Why Ahmadis alone? The Holy Quran was revealed 1400 years ago when Ahmadiyyat was not even born, was yet to be born 1300 years after that. Although we claim it is the same rebirth of Islam, but let's, for the argument's sake, say that it was born 1300 years after the Holy Quran. What enemies are mentioned in the Holy Quran? Was it so that the most perfect book omits to mention the only enemy which should have been emphasized in Islam and talks of all other lesser enemies? And suddenly the mullah of today discovers, oh, what an imperfect book that was. It has been rendering warnings against smaller enemies. The real enemy is born now, Ahmadiyyat. And we must draw attention of all the Muslims against this potent enemy and forget about atheism, Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, and non-belief as such. What is pig as compared to the Ahmadis' slaughtered animal? They believe. You won't find any warning against pig eating, while there are hundreds of thousands of Muslim children here living here which freely partake of pig when they go to schools. They eat the pig sandwiches of ham, etc., whatever you call them, and not a muscle is moved in the mullah's body. Not a hair is turned. They are not at all agitated. But when it comes to anybody buying a pound of flesh from an Ahmadi butcher's shop who slaughters the animal and says, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, with greater care, if at all, any difference, then they are all stirred up. They say, oh, something will happen to us, we'll be destroyed. Do you find any logic in this?